How's it going, kids? This is Dr. Callahan with week 12 Friday. How are you guys doing? Go ahead and pause the video and answer the following questions. Okay, let's go and take a look at your guided notes. So your guided notes is going to be on week 12 Friday. Here is your first page, followed by your second page, and your third page. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this then. Let's get started with your notes right here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this, and we are going to look at what the values does with the parent function of y equals x squared. So looking at this part right here, let's go ahead and plug the numbers in here. So when x is -2, this is saying f of 2, which is a -2 squared, which is a -2 times a -2. That gives you a 4. Same thing with a -1. -1 times -1 is a +1. 0 times 0 is a 0. 1 times 1 is a 1. 2 times 2 is a 4. So let's go ahead and graph this. -2, 4. So here's -2 and 4, -1 and 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. So now that you go ahead and have this, let's go ahead and graph it. And that is your parent function of the parabola. Now that I have done this one, I want you guys to try for the second one and also the third one. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the second one here. Notice what is the difference between the second equation and the third one. The second one, you have a value of 2, and for the third one, you have an a value of 1/2. So one, the a is bigger than 1, and the other one, the a is actually smaller than 1. So I wonder, how is that going to change the size of the shape of the parabola? Well, let's give it a try. If it's -2, you have g of -2, which is 2 times -2 squared, which is 2 times -2 times -2, which is going to give you 8. Same thing with -1. 2 times -1 squared is 2 times -1 times -1, which is a 2. When x is 0, your g of x is going to be 0. When it's 1, it's going to probably be repeating if you look at that. So 2, 2, it's the repeating of 8. So let's go ahead and graph this. At -2, you go up to 8. At -1, you go up to 2, 0, 0, 1 to 2, 2 to 8. So let's go ahead and graph this, connect the dots. So as you look into the shape of this new graph, notice how it's a little bit more narrow, or I should say compressed. Or you could say it's a little bit skinnier than the last one. All right, let's go on to this one here. When x is -2, h of -2 is equal to 1/2 times -2 squared, which is just 1/2 times -2 times -2, or 1/2 times 4, which gives you a 2. When it's a -1, that's the same thing as 1/2 times -1 squared, which is just 1/2 times 1, which is just going to be 0.5. 0, and as you guys know, it's a repeat, 0.5, 2. So let's go ahead and graph this. -2, -2, -1, 1/2, 0, 0, 1, 1/2, and then 2, 2. Now let's go ahead and connect the dots. What do you notice about this one? You should say that it's a little bit more stretched. It's definitely a little bit wider. And there you have it. So when A is bigger than 1, it's a narrower, more compressed parabola. When A is smaller than 1, it's more stretched and wider parabola. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and take a look at this piece here. Answer the following 3 questions. For the very last one, I want you to create your own quadratic equation and graph it using a table. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your answers for the last 2. My answers are right there in red, so go ahead and change your answers if you need to. The last one, create your own quadratic function, graph it using a table. So you're going to go ahead and create an equation right here, and just remember y equals plus or minus a, x minus h squared plus k. So you can go ahead and put any numbers you want for a, h, k, and then when you're done with it, go ahead, fill out the chart, and then graph it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next part. So we're going to take a look at this piece. All right, so absolute value. At this point, remember the parent function of the shape is going to be something like this. That's your equation, y equals that. And the shape that we talked about is an absolute value. Vertex is always going to be hk, 0, 0. Parabola, y equals x squared. The parent function is going to be in the shape of a u. However, if I have something that's x minus 2 squared plus 1, remember this one here is y equals absolute value of x squared. Your vertex is hk, which is 2 comma 1. Cube is going to be y equals x cubed, and it's going to be shaped like this. So if I give you an equation, y equals x cubed minus 4, your vertex is going to be 0 comma negative 4. Square root y equals square root x. Graph looks like that. If I give you an equation, y equals the square root of x minus 1 plus 3, you know your vertex is going to be at 1 comma 3. And a cube root, I'm going to have you guys go ahead and fill that part out. All right, so then at this point, what I would like you guys to do is take a look at the following. You have 1 to 8, and what I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and describe how does the following transformations move. So you could say it's sad and it is compressed, it moves 4 steps down, it moves 2 steps to the left, the shape is curvier to the right, etc. So pause the video and go ahead and look at each of the 8 questions and describe the transformation. Sorry, there's 10 of them, 10 questions. Okay, so after you're done with that, go ahead and take a look at this part right here. I'm going to give you guys a poster rotation. Normally, if you're in class, you would just be working on it, but since you're not in class, we're going to go ahead and just show you guys this. So here's the first one, pause the video. Second one, third one, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and that will be the end. All right, you guys, for your exit ticket, go ahead and turn over to this piece right here. Go ahead and answer the question on the stop, save, and start. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and weekend. And as always, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you guys on week 13. Take care. Bye-bye.